Well, this is what the real leader of the free world had to say, and I use that term loosely.
For nearly 4,000 years, the land of Israel has been the homeland of the Jewish people.
So, of course, right off the bat, he's a lying sack of shit, but
actually, they fact-checked. This was fact-checked. Every single thing he said is a lie. Every single thing he said where he stated a fact or a number, or every single one is a lie.
Well, isn't Zionism just a lie in itself?
Well, yes, but this particular moment in history, these people standing and applauding, like specifically our genocidal congresswoman, this will go down in history and be their legacy. And it will look no different than those pictures we see of people shaking hands with Hitler and all of that stuff. Like, that is what this will look like. And that's why I'm glad that it actually is. I'm glad that you have people like Moskowitz and Debbie Wasserman Schultz all on camera cheering for this, because that will be their legacy and they're making sure of it. And I want that.
They're going all the way. They will go right down with this.
And yay. And I'm just glad we're having documentation of it.
And this is what I would say regarding Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. At the end of the day, Kamala Harris is part of the Biden administration. It might as well be the incumbent president right now. Yes. Trump can say whatever he wants. We're totally going to blow him up. We're going to totally destroy him.
She is Clinton.
She's in control, but she's in control. There's actually something that can be done. He's not in control. He can't do anything. So it's actually the challenger's advantage to not be in power right now. But
she's blowing it because she's a tool.
And Netanyahu and Debbie wear that exact same yellow ribbon, which isn't that to bring them home? Is that what that is?
Well, okay, first of all, that goes back to, I want to say, World War I, maybe even. Yeah, I think World War I. Yellow ribbons have always symbolically represented people coming home from a long time or coming home from war. So that was the song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree.
Okay,
yellow
so
ribbons have to do with it. Right. They don't own that. It's just yellow ribbons are what people bring out when they want people to come home.
Yep. All right. Keep going.
It's always been our home. It will always be our home.
Oh, I don't know about that, buddy.
He's white and Polish. He's from...
We meet today at a crossroads of history. Our world is in upheaval. In the Middle East, Iran's axis of terror confronts America, Israel, and our Arab friends. This is not a clash of civilizations. It's a clash between barbarism and civilization.
So right there, he refers to Iran as barbarists. And of course, it's the old, this is about Israel versus Iran. This has been going on for how many years? And notice how
good. Let him keep baiting Iran. People do not understand that Israel is only really in the condition it's in because of the good graces of Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Because as soon as they're done with this nonsense and they decide to say, just, you know what, screw it. Please, people, be aware that they could level Haifa. I don't think people understand, like, Israel has never had to really endure urban warfare and destruction of infrastructure. It's always happened in other places. And now you've got two people in particular, two countries in particular, that absolutely have the range to reach Israel's infrastructure. So, again, they keep poking at Iran. He wants to keep poking at Iran. You wait till they level Haifa. And then they'll be like, oh my God, look what they did to us.
It's a clash between those who glorify death and those who sanctify life.
Yeah, that would be the Palestinian people versus the Israelis. Just saying.
For the forces of civilization to triumph, America and Israel must stand together. Because when we stand together, something very simple happens. We win, they lose.
Then why is this taking 9 months? He's shooting fish in a barrel and it's taking him 9
protest-
months. I don't understand it. I don't understand how this is even, how they can even stand there with a straight face and say it's a war. You're one of the greatest militaries in the world, and you can't complete a mission shooting fish in a barrel in 9 months? That's pretty pathetic, if you ask me. I wouldn't be bragging about any sort of military, and I certainly wouldn't be investing more money. They're obviously not a very good military.
Well, they're a very cold-blooded military also.
Well, fun for them. It's like a game for them. But that's my point. If you can't achieve that military mission, and people who do not know how little Gaza is, it's teeny. Well, first of all, the entire state of Israel is basically the size of New Jersey. So
there's that state again.
But it is. That's the closest size. So, but Gaza's teeny. And the idea that those are people that are caged in an area, and after 9 months, they still haven't been able to achieve their. I think that they just, and we should stop. Like, to me, just they're obviously doing it wrong.
All right.
Many choose to stand with evil. They stand with Hamas. They stand with rapists and murderers. They stand with people who came into the kibbutzim, into a home. The parents hid the children.
You are a war criminal. Just look at these men. Look at Steny Hoyer. Look at Frank Pallone. I don't know who this gentleman is here.
He could be a seat filler. You have no idea.
But Steny Hoyer and Frank Pallone have been in Congress since the 1980s. Do you think that's a long time? Because I guarantee you Wasserman Schultz will take another 20 years as well if you allow her to. What in the fuck do you do with your lives? How could you? I mean, I don't want to judge a book by its cover. Steny Hoyer, of course, is 85, and Frank Pallone, I believe, is about 75. At the end of the day, what are you exactly doing at this point? Just collecting a paycheck. At least Rashida is willing to put herself in harm's way. That takes a lot of guts.
2 babies in the attic, in a secret attic. They murder the families, the parents. They find the secret latch to the hidden attic, and then they murder the babies. These protesters stand with them. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Like a bunch of shit. And Cory Booker, there he goes. Chris Coons, Marcy Kupter. They're all, again, it's like you're seeing that this system is broken. That the people that are supposed to be representing us do not represent us, not even a little bit. It just so happens that when it comes to the issue of Israel-Palestine, that it is so transparently corrupt that even a blind person can see it.
The only person in that entire chamber that is actually representing the will of the majority of American people is Rashida Tlaib. She's the only person in that entire room that's position is on that of the majority of the American people, both parties. I mean, like, that's just a fact. These people do not represent that.
Yep. Keep going.
And don't be fooled when the blood libels against the Jewish state come from people who wear fancy silk robes and speak in lofty tones about law and justice. Here's a case in point. Well, I have a message for these protesters. When the tyrants of Tehran, who hang gays from cranes and murder women for not covering their hair, are praising, promoting, and funding you, you have officially become Iran's useful idiots. Thank President Biden for his heartfelt support for Israel after the savage attack on October 7th. He rightly called Hamas sheer evil. He dispatched 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East to deter a wider war. And he came to Israel to stand with us during our darkest hour, a visit that will never be forgotten. President Biden and I have known each other for over 40 years. I want to thank him for half a century of friendship to Israel and for being, as he says, a proud Zionist. Actually, he says a proud Irish-American Zionist.
I'm just so disgusted. I can't watch, it's just so disgusting. The fact that our representatives, that our people in the people's house, like, this is so infuriating to me, are standing there and allowing, and forget the fact that he's a war criminal, that's just extra disgusting, but that they would allow any foreign leader or foreign dignitary to come into the people's house and talk shit about us, and our employees are standing there clapping. Who are the useful idiots? I mean, they're standing there clapping about somebody that is totally trashing their people that they work for. And they're, again, I only see those useful idiots in that room, and lots of them.